if you were getting started, you have whatever amount you think, 500, 1,000, 2,000.
Mhm.
Let's just say let's consider that someone has the amount of money needed to get started,
Mhm.
and they do want to start with like maybe just one pallet,
Yeah.
as opposed to going straight into like 18 wheelers, because I don't know anybody
Right.
that's going to go straight into like, okay, I'm going to rent a warehouse or buy a warehouse.
No. Yeah. It's definitely you gotta take the first couple baby steps.
Right.
So it's not for everyone. It's a lot of work. And not every load or pallet you get is going to be a great hit. So you gotta just slowly work up there. That's for sure. I wouldn't definitely not recommend getting a whole trailer load off the rip if you've never done it before. But
Yeah, I mean, just my, I told you some of
yeah.
my experience. I bought like cosmetics, and one time I
Mhm.
ordered, and it was like 10 or $11,000. Sorry, 10 or 11,000 items.
Mhm.
And dude, it may as well have been just infinity. Like like
Yeah.
where the hell do you even start? So I imagine it'd be like that with a truckload.
Yeah, yeah, a good bit, and a lot of it comes down to you gotta know what you can actually sell the best of. There's a lot of different stuff you can get out there, but you definitely got to find your niche, what you can sell the best, and then you kind of go from there.
Yeah, so let's go one pallet
Mm-hmm.
and niche, niche flexible. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
Which is
if you got a honey hole that you don't want to expose, then by all means don't cover that. But
yeah,
second best niche. Uh,
yeah,
and like, because for you it's easy, and for your partner it's easy. But when I go on there, I'm just like, there's just enough unknowns
yeah,
to
yeah. I
where
mean,
I can't pull the trigger.
yeah, we've been doing it for 5 years, so it's kind of second nature to us. I don't even really got to look at manifest. I just if the percentage is right in the certain
Right.
category, which I like, appliances, tools, outdoor stuff, which I'm down in the South, so everyone's always outside. So outdoor furniture, patio sets, fire pits, all that stuff sells great. Um, a weird one sells good for me is vanities, like bathroom vanities.
Oh,
They go crazy. I can get upwards of 70-75% of retail for the vanities, which
dude,
normally
wow.
normally your target is around 50% of retail is what you're trying to get for this stuff. But you just got those certain items that sell the best for you. You can get upwards of 80%. But that's gonna be like
I'm
your
good.
tools. Maybe since hunting season's starting, if you got chest freezers, those always go great. People love those. Mini fridges. Um,
Hold
I
on one
don't know.
second.
It just all comes down to whatever you sell the best of. Which there's a lot of different stuff out there. Like you said, there's cosmetics, there's HBA loads. Which if you do online sales, those may be good. Because you get a super great. You can buy them at a super low percentage of retail. And if you're doing e-commerce, you can get after fees, you're probably looking at about 90-ish%.
Okay. Well, let's say, should I go to Bstock or liquidation.com? What do you think? Or
I was checking out B stock earlier. I haven't had a chance to look at liquidation.com yet. But before the meeting, I was checking out B stock. So it looks like they have where is it? 5 or 6 places to pull from. Let me try and
well,
I don't know if it's gonna exit me out.
so okay, do you try to narrow it down by shipment type, like so United States and then
Yeah, well, you
LTL?
yeah. So shipping plays a huge factor in if you're gonna make it or not. You want to try and keep your shipping as low as possible. I would say target goal, get your product delivered for 30% or less of retail.
Okay, 30% or
Because
less
if
of
you're
retail.
if
All
your
right.
your average goal is around 40-50% of retail is what you're going to sell it at, I would say stay 30% or under after shipping. But
Gotcha.
shipping can make it or break it, and if you're not careful looking at it, and I'd scrutinize it a lot. Make sure you got your numbers right. because that plays a huge factor in it.
Okay, so I got it narrowed down to LTL. I'm looking in my region, which is the South.
You'd
Uh,
be probably over in Texas, which is where you'd have to pull from, because you're in Louisiana, right?
yeah, they're gonna call Texas the West, do you think? Or
Yeah, that'd be the closest to you. So I'm seeing New York, Jersey, California, Texas, and Florida, which they don't have.
okay,
It's not a lot to pull from. So I'd go there. You can also go to categories, not categories,
okay, yeah,
marketplaces. So then you can narrow it down per retailer. So you got Target, Walmart, Home Depot, B Stock Supply. You got Wayfair and Amazon.
so
See,
you
they got
think
some
Home
good ones.
Depot?
Home Depot's always been my bread and butter. They've always been the cleanest across the board as far as returns go. So your damage rate and just generally used and abused stuff is pretty low. And that's
Okay,
not to say you're never gonna get something that's just absolutely destroyed on a pallet. That's the name of the game when it comes to liquidation. Um,
right off the
but
bat, I
Home
see
Depot,
it. The smallest one they have is 5 pallets, so I might want to expand
yeah.
that
So
back out to everyone
yeah,
else.
so
Huh?
Home Depot they sell theirs. Seeing some 3 pallets. That one doesn't say. Got 3 pallets. It looks like the littlest is going to be about 3 pallets or so. But Home Depot they sell other stuff in lots. Um, so it'll be as I'd say as little as 3 pallets all the way up to about 12 or so.
Okay,
But that's what I've always sold the best of. Especially being down south where I'm at, there's always a lot of construction. Everyone loves tools, remodel stuff for your vanities, flooring,
wait, wait,
stuff
wait, wait,
like.
wait, wait. Okay, okay, check this out. I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through my thought process as somebody that doesn't know really anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I hear you say, or let's say you had a course and you said Home Depot, my bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the average person that doesn't know shit is going to say, I'm doing Home Depot then. But I go to Home
True.
Depot,
Yeah.
and the smallest one is 5 pallets. That
Yeah.
alone is enough to throw me off the scent and say maybe I'll come back and see another time, and maybe I never do.
Yeah.
Um, so where do I
I hear
like
what you're
that
saying there. Yeah.
happens? I immediately had that sort of like rejection in a way. I'm
Yeah.
just walking through like my thought process here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is there a way to narrow down by smallest like 1 pallet to 10 pallets or something like that, or is it not really work that way?
I'm not sure. I haven't been on here in
That's all right. That's all
quite
right.
a while. So let me try and pull up because I
Ah,
was just flipping through this probably I don't know 30 minutes or so before. Looks like you can go
my computer's acting crazy.
LTL. LTL looks like all you're really going to be able to narrow it down by, but it'll tell you so like 1 pallet, 3 pallets, stuff like that. I'm
Okay.
trying to look. I know Target has always been pretty clean. Walmart, iffy. I've never been a huge fan of Walmart. Um, very hit or miss. But that's
Yeah, I
just me.
imagine.
I haven't gotten Walmart in years, so they could have changed. It's the same way we get Lowe's. And in the past, it has been absolute trash, and recently it's great. So it could have
Okay.
changed. I'm not sure. Um, but I don't want to,
So,
say it's great and then it turns out to be crap. Amazon
well,
can
hold on,
be,
hold on. Should I do categories or no?
yeah, you can do categories. That'll kind of narrow it down to what you like to sell.
Which one would you do for like a newbie right here?
Mm,
I'm looking at it right now. Can you see my screen?
yeah, sorry, hang on. See, trying to get this loaded up.
I have so
Yeah,
many problems
so
off right now.
you could do electronics. Um, I would definitely. Well,
Home and garden?
You know a lot. You're big in electronics, like phones, tablets, stuff like that. Me personally, I would just go with grade A. I wouldn't want to worry about all the the broken stuff. But
Yeah.
if that's in your wheelhouse to be able to repair it, I would go with that. Appliances,
Appliances? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I mean, because you really want to shoot for your everyday stuff that people use constantly.
What
Um,
about home and garden?
Say again.
What about home and garden?
You could try that one. Not too sure what's in there, but yeah, you could definitely see.
All
Um,
right. So I got that. And
yeah,
sorry, you were saying
probably.
something earlier. Cut you off. Oh, you said maybe grade A?
Yeah, so
Oh, there is no
you can
grade A.
definitely you can sort them by yeah. See, like you got grade C right there with those iPhones, but yeah, you should be able to sort it by condition.
Okay. So maybe grade what's grade B on this in this world mean?
I'm not too sure. It should say somewhere in there.
Oh yeah,
If I
true,
can
true.
have
Okay.
pulled up, let's see. There should be a FAQ section on here somewhere.
All right. So this one is, sorry, my screen's messed up on my end. So three pallets, small appliances, and floor care, used good condition, 53 units, 5,700 in retail, but it's in Maryland. I did South and I did West. How is Maryland one of those? All right, so they don't really give you much on this, right?
No,
I
yeah,
mean, I
that's
guess
why I would just go over to what is it? Let me get it pulled up. I'm trying to flip between you and me. Um,
okay.
I would definitely sort it by
Geez.
region, and that narrow it down, and then you can just really see what all's in there. When I went out of Florida, that's going to be the closest to me. I probably had about 4 pages of listings.
Yeah, I guess you could sort by like yeah, what's closest to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, it's weird. It's almost like there's two sections of this site. Like I feel like I'm on a totally different site now.
Yeah, it's definitely changed since I've been on here a good bit. But like I said, if I would definitely recommend if whoever's out there, wanting to try it, um, see if there's a place around you locally that you can go to and actually have eyes on it. That's the easiest way to do it. But if you're,
Okay.
I know you tried that and couldn't find anyone near you. Um, this would be your second best option, really. Um, and then you got
Okay.
liquidation.com too. They're another online one. Other than that, I think that's really the only two that you can kind of start out small with.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I won't small appliances maybe isn't the move is what it sounds like. I mean maybe, but let's see. Okay, so this one
I'll be,
has
yeah. Me personally, I've always done well with some small appliances, so like your
oh okay.
blenders, Instapots, little mini fridges. Um, I've always done fairly well with that, but again, it's pretty seller specific. Some people have a lot of trouble selling it. Some people fly through them.
Okay. Yeah, see, they're putting me, I put South and West, and they're putting me out and all over. So we'll focus on the actual numbers of things though.
Mm,
Um, I would say appliances, but that just seems like, I mean, electronics, but that's almost like kind of almost like too easy. I mean, or too hard. I'd rather do something
yeah,
I'm
it's
not familiar with. Maybe.
yeah. I'm not super familiar with electronics. I'm not the most tech savvy person, so I have always kind of avoided them really, and the pricing can get fairly high on them too. That's another reason.
Okay, so you got 3 pallets, FBA home goods,
Yep.
250 units. Retail is estimated retail is 16 grand. What would you, if you were going to get this? This is in San Antonio.
Yep.
Doesn't
Yeah.
seem
So this
like
one,
a bad gig, huh?
yeah. Does it have a manifest anywhere? I'm trying to see.
Well, so it's strange because I tried to log in. I did log in, and
Site is
then it
definitely
brought me somewhere else.
a little wonky.
Yeah, see, I don't know if well, you probably didn't, but I just
Yeah.
done this.
Yeah. FBA, you're looking
Maybe
at
utility.
this is going to be Amazon stuff. Um,
Okay.
I'd be careful with those because like I'd see like a clock in there, some curtains. Those are always going to be some pretty hard sales
Okay.
because
Okay.
FBA is
Well,
a
that's a photo. Oh, I wish they had what was, yeah, like you said, a manifest of some sorts.
yeah. There should be one in there.
Uh,
What when I was last shopping there, they definitely had some,
here we
but
go. Here we
they
go.
probably got
Okay.
to do a little digging. I wish I would have
Hang on.
had some more time to kind of dig through this because it's
Well, we can
way different
do,
than it used to be for me.
let's see, payment information, shipping information, condition of merchandise. Yeah, this doesn't really tell me. Unable to provide an itemized invoice or additional proof of sale. Primary image of the auction is for the representation of the category of goods. Okay. So you're saying though yeah, it's got like trash can, clock, pillows, so
Yeah,
probably
it's gonna
cheap.
be
Uh,
yeah, just cheap
well,
Amazon stuff.
well, it does say $16,000 estimated
Mhm.
value, and I know that's even probably close to right, but
So there you will
250.
yeah. So you'll
What's
probably
that?
have
What is
some
that?
sellable stuff in there, and that's why the bid is so low. See when does it
Yeah,
end? It closes in 30 minutes, so that type of stuff you're gonna be able to get for super cheap. Um, but not all of it's going to be sellable. That's why the margins don't really, or the percentage of retail never really gets that high.
I see. Well, what would okay? Let's talk about this. So let's say I
Mm-hmm.
did want to go on this because it is so low price.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to end up paying for shipping? I'm about 7 hours from there. I know you can't tell me exactly what it would cost, but let's say I win this thing for
Seven
500.
hours. You're probably looking at about 3 to 500 just to ship just that one pallet.
3 pallets.
3 pallets. Um,
What are we looking at? So is that you multiply it
my
times
best
three?
for 7 hours. My best guess would probably be anywhere from about $500 to $700 for all three.
Okay, cool.
It just kind of depends
700.
because the more pallets that you throw on there, the cheaper it is per pallet to ship.
Right, right. That
Because
makes
you're
sense.
pretty much getting a volume discount there.
But okay, I
Mm-hmm.
love numbers. So let's say I win it for 500, I pay 700 in shipping is 250 items.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I could see myself doing a deal like that because I'm getting the items for $4.80. Their retail value is 64. It wouldn't take me but a fraction of selling these items to make my money back. Now,
Yep.
each meetup is going to be not really worth that much though. Let's say I'm selling for 50% of retail value,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna have to do 250 meetups
Yep.
at like what, $30 a pop in order to make, 5, 6 grand. That's a lot of meetups.
Yep.
So factor that into your equation? Like, is that why you like
Definitely.
appliance? Less
Definitely.
items.
You have to make it worth your while. But another way you could go about selling it is you could just go to e-commerce. So eBay and Amazon is always an easy way to
Yeah,
get rid of smaller, lower retail stuff like that.
right.
Whereas like say you're posting a clock on Facebook Marketplace, I wouldn't expect a ton of messages from that. But if you threw it on eBay, you're definitely going to get a lot more impressions than you would locally on Marketplace.
Okay.
So that's another way I've gotten rid of some kind of annoying inventory that just doesn't really sell locally. I'll throw it on eBay, throw it on Amazon. Amazon, I always it's all new stuff. I never really sell any used stuff on there. I kind of save that for eBay.
Gotcha.
Amazon, they can be
Okay.
quite picky on there.
So I'm not seeing anything on here that looks particularly attractive to flip.
Mm-hmm.
And so where like how do I, shift slightly to the right or to the left to try, something different? Let's see. Maybe I'll click on a few of these electronics real quick
Mm-hmm.
just to see what this looks. So 54 units. $300 a piece is what they're saying they're worth. Is that right? Am I right on that? And then so they're at what, 60-ish dollars a piece. Oh, that's cool. It does tell you some stuff.
There you go. Yeah. So you gotta manifest on that one.
So what would you do here? You go to eBay and see like what it actually does sell for?
Because sometimes they can have an inflated retail value, whether it
Right.
be they just started going on sale or something like that. Maybe it's last year's model. So yeah,
Okay.
I always double check kind of stuff like that, especially higher retail stuff. Like we sell appliances, they sell it to us at a percentage of MSRP. But you go to Lowe's, they're already 30% off MSRP. That's just their shtick. All their appliances are always on sale. So on paper it looks great, but then when you go to compare it to the stores, not so good.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Let me
So
see.
I always double check,
Yep.
especially wherever you're going to be selling it at, because you're going to be if you're selling it online, you're going to be competing with other sellers. So you want to try and be under them to try and get the sale. And locally, you're always going to get a bit
Well, I
less.
mean, man, I could see someone. Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, awesome. Thank you. But I mean, just that one item covers, looks like,
Good chunk of the truck or the lot.
20, yeah, it covers 20, basically like 20 items. You know what I mean? I always think like, okay, how many items do I need to sell to actually get my money back? And
Right.
I wanna go based on that. But obviously
Right.
this isn't over. It's a lot higher. It's got a couple hours left.
Mm-hmm.
And that's stocked in
Yeah, they'll
California.
they'll jump up, especially towards the last couple minutes. They'll jump up, but
Yeah.
especially stuff like that, you can get away with selling it for a lot more. Obviously, you're going to get a little bit more than 50% of retail. Um, and honestly, stuff like that, I always like to sell online anyway. Because when you sell
So
online, you
as of
can pretty
right,
much target it at 100%. And you got your shipping and fees. You're probably looking at about 85, 90%.
so check it out. As of right now, if I'm your average person, which actually I am when it comes to this, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna probably close my laptop. I'm gonna be frustrated, and that's a wrap. Or if I'm feeling like I got some energy, I'm gonna try something like maybe totally different, maybe liquidation.com or
Mm-hmm.
different. I'm just clicking on different things. I might take out like all of these categories and just go back to square one and look at random niches. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
um, the problem
Because
is
you can
I
just
get
go,
stuck in that mode for a while.
yeah. There is a you can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
search it by region, so you can just see what all is in Texas, and then you can go from there. Maybe something random you didn't think would catch your eye would. It just
Okay.
depends, but like I said, there's a lot of different categories and retailers and ways you can go about it and different stuff to sell. So it can be definitely overwhelming at first until you kind of find what you like to sell.
Let's see what this is. Some cranes. I don't know what that is. A gentry crane.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot
What
of
is
Granger's a lot of commercial equipment. It's good stuff, but you gotta know the right people to sell it to.
Yeah, and that one says 1 unit. It's interesting.
I believe it.
Really? Oh, okay. 1 unit on 2 pallets. All right, all right.
They make
Uh,
some pretty heavy duty stuff.
okay. Well, so I think we got through that site just for
Hmm.
time. I'm gonna try liquidation.com.
Yeah, we can punch through that one. I haven't checked that one out yet. I didn't get a chance to.
Okay, okay. Right out the gate, this one looks like you can narrow things down a little better. Let's see, South appliances. Yeah, all right, all right. Let's do that. We'll start there. There's only 8 bids in the South. That's crazy. Okay. And with appliances, you're selling them locally, yeah?
Yeah, normally because you got to factor in weight and dimensions, and if you were to sell it online, shipping is going to take a huge chunk out of that. Which I've done it before. It's just most of the time it's not ideal. Shipping cuts in too much. But me
Yeah.
personally, people locally eat up appliance. So mini fridges, beverage coolers, blenders, microwaves, anything appliance wise. I've never had too much of an issue selling,
Okay.
but could be different for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between selling it and making money for sure. But
Hmm.
all right. Man, I used to sell these. This is one of my first successful dropship items that did really well. There's a scratch and dent website, and I was drop shipping off of that scratch and dent website until I
Hmm.
realized that when they said scratch and dent, they meant like they really meant it. And
Yeah.
sometimes stuff was showing up like really beat up. And
Oh
people were
yeah.
just like, dude,
Yeah.
a driven this. Like I can't, this doesn't like this won't ever work.
Yeah. Yeah. We just got some in yesterday. Some scratching down appliances. Which you're gonna get some beat up ones. I think out of the total of 48, we had five or six pretty beat up.
Yeah.
But we've at this point we've kind of narrowed down which facilities we like to pull from. They handle stuff a little bit better. But
Okay. Nice.
we've also been doing it 5 years, so we've definitely pulled from those really shitty facilities and kind of had to eat it for sure.
Right. Right. Okay. So let's see. 8 of these for they're claiming that those sell for what's that? Man, $700, $800, damn near $800 a piece for these. They inflate
The
this sometimes, don't they?
wine coolers, yeah, that's about right. They're It's just a mini fridge with a glass door, but they mark them up like crazy.
24 inch. I remember the Danbies, but let's see, let me get out of here. Ah, there you go. Okay, okay. I'm assuming these are used. Oh no, these are new. Holy shit. Well, it seems like it could be a good deal then, huh? They're
Yeah.
currently 40, no, doing my math wrong.
Your current bid,
$65.
500. Not too bad. That's a pretty good deal. Does it say what the kind of condition is?
New. It
New.
says new.
Nice. Yeah,
Uh,
that's not a bad deal at all. If you're paying your margin, your percentage of retail is already pretty low, you could get away with shipping those on eBay. I mean, if you're
Yeah, that would, I guess that would be the,
seven to $900, yeah.
okay, so yeah, I mean, let's see, how far away is this?
You're
So
in
it's two
Houston,
pallets. Um,
and a lot of these minimum shipping fee, $100. And a lot of them they teamed up with some LTL companies, so you can get a freight quote on the website, which does help.
cool. So, okay, so let's say it is a $700 deal. Seven, yeah, it's what, eight of them times seven, something like that. Yeah, $700 each. And it's two pallets, call that what, $500 in shipping, maybe? Just, oh yeah, it's Houston. Okay, my
Yeah,
bad. I didn't see the location. I'm 4 or 5 hours from there.
yeah, yeah, probably
Oh,
say
I can
so.
never get those like you used to do. And
Yeah,
so let's
you
say,
go.
what would be the most you would go in on that after shipping? Let's say shipping's $500. You pay what, max
Would say
150?
yeah. I always try. My rule of thumb is if you can get it for about 30% or less, it's a pretty solid deal because that's when we sold pallets. That's what we'd sell everything for 30% of retail. So if you're selling at 50, it gives you some good cushion, and you have a little bit of room for damage and stuff like that. Another thing to watch out for on these online sites is your buyer's premium. It looks like about 11% on there. Sometimes that'll sneak
Yeah,
up on you if you don't factor that in beforehand.
right, right.
So yeah, all of the B stock and liquidation, they're going to charge you a premium that you got to pay after the fact.
I like this though. So you would, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you make it pretty cut and dry and you say, okay, shipping's going to be, you get a pre-quote. Shipping's
Mm-hmm.
going to be about $500. So the max you would bid on
Yeah.
it is about $1,300.
Yep.
And then let's say you got it at 1,800. That's divided by eight. So you're paying 225 a piece. So yeah, so you're trying to get what, 350 per deal, maybe?
Yeah.
And then,
That wouldn't that
my
wouldn't be
style,
too bad.
I would post this if I'd have found this sooner. I'd make a post on Marketplace for 350 or 400 and see if I actually get
Yeah.
response.
Yeah. So wine free, that's about where I'm usually at as far as the beverage coolers like that. They do sell at the stores, for $800-900 a piece. But I'm usually getting anywhere from about 354. That sounds about
Okay.
right.
All right. So they move where you're at.
Hmm. Not as much as say your just normal cheap mini fridges, but that's to be expected for something with a little bit higher price tag.
Okay. All
But
right. Let's
yeah, we sell
see.
we sell the major appliances all the time. The ones that go first are never the fancy fridges. It's the your $400-500 garage fridge. That's if I could get a whole truckload of those, I'd be golden.
Come on. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What brands do they have here? Sorry, I gotta scoot this over on my end. Home Depot. All right, they got Home Depot. Let's get it. Let's see. Did I not click it? No, I did. Okay. All right. Dude, that's nuts. 93 of these? Wait a minute. Mm.
Okay, nice. So you got you can get down to one pallet over on this site, which is nice. Phoenix, so that'd be direct. So that's coming straight out of the Arizona distribution center.
Okay. It's interesting how yeah, this one says 93 items. They put a fridge as the first thing.
Yeah, I'd
And
always look at the. They got actual pictures of it. Okay, that's nice.
yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Damn, it's a couple
Nice.
ACs.
Yeah, it looks like it might be. You're coming out of Arizona, so that might be swamp coolers. They for some people in Arizona they use a lot of those. I guess since it's so dry out there.
Okay,
But
gotcha,
we've gotten
gotcha.
a couple loads from Arizona before, and yeah, we had a ton of swamp coolers, which people don't typically use a ton down here where I'm at. So humid.
Right.
But yeah, that's nice. They got pictures of the pallets. You can kind of get a good idea of what it's going to look like when it shows up.
This says, okay, quantity one, like one thing.
Where you at?
Well, I did Home Depot. Let's
Uh,
see, one pallet of home
one thing,
improvement.
one pallet. Unless
There's
it's
just
just one
one
pallet.
pallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. No one's even bid on it though. It's crazy. I guess that could be a good thing. Like no one bids on something, so you just take your
You might
shot.
might have. I don't know if it has the manifest up in there. It could just be some odd items. Maybe it's a little bit harder sales. I can't really make out what it is.
Let's see. What's our manifest? I didn't see it. Return items not tested. Yeah, it really didn't tell you much. Okay. Seems like something like that, might be a good
It's
low
a
barrier
gamble.
entry.
Yeah.
It's a gamble. Right, right. You want to
Yeah,
like gamble
definitely.
with small amounts of money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Which is when we started with $600. I want to say we probably got about two or three pallets.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. 182 items. Yeah, see, okay. I do the math and I'm like, man, it's like $50 per item. So that's not
Hmm.
good. Yeah.
Well, those
Unless
are they're tools too, so your retail per item is going to be pretty high.
the retail per item. Okay. Yeah. As of right
So
now, it's at
tools, I'd say your average retail is going to be $100 or more.
for tools you want $100 or more. Yeah, for the retail price.
Yeah. So we've gotten tool pallets before. They're nice. They can get expensive. But it's definitely nice to have. Yeah, your retail our lowest retail is usually over $100.
Sick. They see that.
Yeah, it's not bad. They've definitely changed a lot since I've been on here. But like that, the pictures definitely help. That's why I always tell everyone to go in person just so you can get some eyes on it. So that definitely helps. If you don't have anywhere locally, you can still get some eyes on what the pallets look like.
Right. Let's see. This one looks interesting. This one might be a big one though. 7 pallets.
Might gotta hop off here in a little bit. I got someone calling me.
Yeah. Cool,
Alrighty,
man.
but
There and pick up where we left. Leave off.
yeah,
Next
that'll
week.
work.
And do it.
Yeah, definitely. It's yeah, I'll do a little bit more digging on that, but yeah, this is pretty interesting. Just doing like a little live search through on the website.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Like I said,
Yeah,
there's certain parts where we came to and I was like, okay, I'm kind of done right here if I don't have any further guidance because it's
right.
just enough uncertainty to throw me off the trail.
There is. It's a lot. That's why it's nice to have somewhere local you can go to. You can really see it. But there's just you could kind of get flooded with options looking at it online.
Yeah. Right.
Mhm. But yeah,
Cool,
that'll
man.
work. But yeah, like if anyone's got any questions, feel free, throw it up in the group chat. Like I'm always an open book with it.
Yes, sir.
And if
Appreciate it,
anyone's
man.
ever local, you swing by.
You're in Atlanta, right?
Savannah. I'm about 4 hours away from Atlanta.
Got it.
Down in South Georgia.
All right,
Yeah, that'll
man.
work. I'll do some more digging. Yeah, if you wanna pick back up another time, do a little bit more digging. I'll get a little bit more educated on it. Since that seems like everyone's changed their layout a good bit.
Cool. Yeah, that's rocking, man. I appreciate it.
All right, yeah, man, not a problem.
Later, man.
Later.
Peace.